All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Rocky Mountain Miracle Center Sunday Course in Miracles class. Thank you for being here. And thank you guys for being online. And I am going to go right now and make sure that we're online on Facebook as well. Let's see here. All right. Here we are. See that? See how Spirit is? See how Spirit helps me out? Okay, beautiful. All right, you guys. So we're live and we're alive. Yeah. It's a miracle. It really is. Given our egos, it is a miracle that we're alive. Got to appreciate the little things, right? All right. Well, let's just take about a minute or two and just breathe, close our eyes, get still, get quiet. Ooh, that's loud. And let's just allow our minds to rest for a little bit, shall we? All right. So what I want you, if you are able to, close your eyes and take a breath. Take a deep breath and just let it go. Let go of your day. Let go of everything that is not happening right here, right now. And we are going to practice the holy instant. We're going to practice taking this moment now and seeing it as all there is to time. We're going to let the past go because it's gone. And we're going to let the future go because it hasn't happened yet. The only thing that is happening right now and forever is this perfect, precious, powerful moment now. Let's breathe into it. Let's feel it. Let's rest our minds in the perfect certainty of the truth that exists now and only now forever. We let our minds rest and breathe. What does this moment now feel like? And who are you in this moment now? Who are you right now and only now? When we practice the holy instant, we are practicing remembering who we really are. That awareness of our true self may rise across the threshold of our awareness. Just like we're practicing allowing the awareness of our true self to rise in our minds, let's also practice feeling and perceiving our one self. The Course in Miracles tells us we are one self. There is one mind, and we are part of that one self. And so let us say to ourselves silently, I am one self, united with my Creator, and one with every aspect of creation. I am one self. We are one self. And allow this memory of your one self to heal all illusions of separation, all loneliness, all fear, all guilt, that we may remember who we really are as one self, sinless and guiltless forever. Silently saying to yourself, I am as God created me, now and forever. And just breathe and feel. Feel what it feels like to remember the truth about yourself. All right. And then when you're ready, just bring your awareness back to the room. Take a breath, yawn, stretch if you need to. All right. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Now. Where you been? Nowhere. The past, the future. In other words, nowhere. Thank you. I was wondering where I was. Well, you can't get where you're going if you don't know where you're at. So, all right, you guys. So where we're going to be at today is lesson 128 in the workbook. The world I see has nothing that I want. Now is that what everybody here believes already?
Yes.
Only if you're feeling disappointed might you go, yeah, that's right. All right. So the Course in Miracles says that this, if you believed this thought, that you would be saved from years of misery, countless disappointments, and from hopes that turn to bitter ashes of despair. If you believe this thought. So is anybody experiencing any misery or disappointment today? Okay. Anybody experiencing some hopes that turned to bitter ashes of despair? Okay, great. Okay, then you're in the right place. Okay, well, if that is true, if you are experiencing any of those things at this time, then this is for you, because this will save you from years of misery. Years that you were spending in misery, being disappointed, being upset, being angry. This thought, if you accepted it, would save you years of being miserable and disappointed and having despair. Okay, could anybody use being saved from years of some despair? Okay, great. Okay. Years that you could be spending being happy, enjoying your life. Okay. This idea, if you believe it, will enable you to save years of suffering. Okay. Okay. So lesson 128. The world I see has nothing that I want. The world you see has nothing that you need to offer you. The world you see has nothing that you can use in any way, nor does the world have anything at all that serves to give you joy. Have you noticed? Oh, yes, I have noticed that. I have noticed everything that I reach for. I think, oh, this is going to do it. This is going to make me happy. This is going to make me feel great. And then what happens? Disappointment, right? Oh, this will make me happy. Oh, this will make me happy. And the things that do make me happy tend to be not things that I was seeking. Have you ever noticed that? Yep. It's like, oh, I just love this thing and it just found me. I didn't even know I needed it, right? So saying that the world offers you nothing that serves to give you any joy. Wow. So that must mean that joy does not come from the world. Now, you hear that and you're like, well, duh, we all have experienced that. We have all experienced that. Every time we've ever sought for happiness outside of ourselves in something, person, place, or thing, every single time. Did it satisfy us? Did it bring us joy? No. That's why we kept on seeking. Got what we thought we wanted, and then it's like, well, what next? We got what we wanted. Oh, what next? Still not satisfied, never satisfied. No matter what we seek for, no matter what we get, no matter what we do, we're still not satisfied, still not happy. You know, when was the last time you said, I am completely happy and satisfied right now? Wow, let me just enjoy this moment. When was the last time you said that? Julie's like,
I just think the things that we go after, that temporary, what did you say, the things that we think might relieve and give us joy, it's so short. And then we go, well, okay, now what do we do?
Now what?
For the next thing.
That's right.
Well,
Which, and that's all we need to demonstrate that the world we see offers us nothing that we want. In other words, it doesn't satisfy us, or else we'd all be sitting here as enlightened masters, feeling completely satisfied, completely joyous, needing nothing. Okay. What does joy mean? Here's a great definition of joy. I don't need anything. I feel complete right now. I don't need anything, right? I'm not missing anything. I don't need. So the state of needing something and the state of joy are different. Those are two different states of mind. Okay. How could you be experiencing joy while you're in the state of I need to get something, someone to be happy, to feel satisfied? So the needing anything in the world for happiness is you're setting yourself up for misery, disappointment, and despair. Dang. And so, and if in any area of your life that you're experiencing any of those things, it is not because happiness is not real, happiness is not natural. It's only because you're seeking for happiness and joy where it can't be found. So if you are experiencing any despair, any disappointment, any lack of joy, any of that, then it's not because it ain't there. It's there. You're just looking in the wrong place. That's all. Which means that you could, in this moment, change your mind, decide you're going to stop seeking for happiness where it's not, which is anything in the world, and seek for it where it is and find it. And you can do it like that. Any moment, you can experience happiness and joy any moment just by changing where you are looking for it. Okay? That's what it means when it says the world I see, senses, physical. And also the the Course uses the term the world and the body interchangeably. So you could say the body that I see holds nothing that I want. The body is a thing, I don't know if you've noticed, it's controlled by need completely. It's just a need machine. That's all it does, is it generates needs. Needs, need. It's the most high maintenance relationship you have. I mean, try to forget about the body for 60 seconds. Try. I need this, I need that. The body, and the thought is, well, if I just got my body's needs satisfied, I'd be happy. But we know that ain't true. So wherever it says, it's going to go back and forth between the terms the world and the body. And it's going to use them interchangeably. One sentence it's going to use the word the world, and the next one it's going to use the body. So that you see that the world and the body are the same. It's something that is outside of you, that is very needy and can never satisfy. Okay. All right. And the point being that we stop seeking for our satisfaction in things that cannot satisfy us as the way to experience true happiness. Okay, so then it says, we're in sentence 2. Believe this thought And you are saved from years of misery. You are saved from countless disappointments, and you are saved from hopes that turn to bitter ashes of despair. That's motivating. I think I would like to try to believe that. Okay, what would it take to believe that idea? He says, no one but must accept this thought as true if they want to leave this world behind, which means soar beyond the world's petty scope and little ways. That's what it means to leave the world behind. It doesn't mean to die. It means to soar beyond the world's petty scope. The world's petty scope is like, what do I need that the body can get that will make me happy? That's the world's tiny scope. What can I get that the world can offer me or the body can offer me that will make me happy? That's the whole scope of the world. Okay, so beautiful. Then it says, paragraph 2, each thing you value here is only a chain that binds you to the world. And each thing you value here will serve no other end but binding you to the world, where you feel limited by the world, where you feel held back and held down by the world. Don't have enough time, don't have enough money, something going on with the body, something, etc., etc. Everything you value here will bind you to the world. That's what it will do. Everything you value. Now, does that mean that everything here will bind you? No. Everything you value, everything you seek for, thinking it will make you happy. Okay, that's not to say that your job, your car, that money, the things of the world will bind you. No, it's your believing that they will make you happy and you seeking them and valuing them as a source of happiness, then they will bind you. But what if you realize that, well, a car can never make me happy, a body can never make me happy, money can never make me happy? Well, now you're not seeking them, you're not valuing them, and now you can use them for your holy purpose of being happy. So it's not the car itself, it's not the thing itself that binds you. It says if you value them, if you're seeking your happiness, your worth, your value in those things. People, places, things. Okay? So it says each thing you value here is but a chain that binds you to the world and will serve no other end but this. Why? Because everything must serve the purpose you have given it until you see a different purpose there. So everything you see only serves the purpose you give it. It doesn't have to serve the purpose of trying to make you happy. It could serve the purpose of just something that you're using to express your joy. Okay? So, but everything here has only the purpose you give it. That's what the Course in Miracles says about everything here in form. It's neutral. Money is neutral. The body is neutral. Food is neutral. Drugs are neutral. Everything is neutral. Here, it has only the meaning you are using it for. What do you use it for? What do you use money for? What do you use the body for? What do you use the car for? So the only meaning that anything has is the purpose that you have given it. Okay, so are you using your body to make you happy? Or are you using your body to express the joy that you were already created with? Same body, different purpose, different result. Everything here is neutral. It has only the meaning of the purpose you are using it for. Okay? Okay. And it says, so the only purpose worthy of your mind that this world contains is that you pass this world by. That's the only purpose worthy of your mind that this world contains, is that you pass the world by, which means that you don't delay here in the world by perceiving some hope where there is none.
There's no hope in the world.
Right, exactly. just as you perceived. That's what I'm upset about. There's no hope in the world or in this relationship. Yeah, exactly. So the purpose, the only purpose worthy of our mind here is that we pass the world by. What does it mean to pass the world by? It means that we stop delaying here in the world, seeing some hope of happiness where there is none. It's like this world is like a stepping stone, a bridge to where we're really at home, that we decide to set up shop. We're like, I'll just stay here on the bridge.
Mhm.
Like, no, you can't. No. And like the world is just the bridge. It's just a place that we're not supposed to delay ourselves in. We're supposed to go through the world, not stop in the world and call it home and expect it to satisfy us and make us happy. So the only purpose worthy of our mind is that we pass this world by, and without delaying here in the world to perceive some hope in the world where there is none. So we're not supposed to be like, oh, okay, what in the world can make me happy? Let's see. We're supposed to be like, nothing here in the world can make me happy. And so I'm not going to delay my mind here. I'm not going to delay my mind here in form in the body. I'm going to allow my mind to go home to where it really belongs, which is not in the world, is what it says here. It says paragraph 2, sentence 4. So be you deceived no more. The world you see has nothing that you want. All right. Okay. And for me, the practical value of that, the practical use of that immediately is, what is it I'm upset about right now? What am I feeling disappointed about? Where am I experiencing despair? Where am I suffering? Okay, that's where I'm valuing something here. That's where I'm putting a chain across my mind that's going to keep me sad and disappointed. It's going to hold my mind back from my mind being free to go where my mind wants to be, which is not stuck here in the world, a form that cannot satisfy. The world is limited. My mind is not. So I'm trying to get my unlimited mind to be satisfied with something that's limited and dies. No wonder I'm so dissatisfied and unhappy. My mind cannot be satisfied with something that's not eternal. My mind can't be satisfied with something that doesn't last forever. It can't. Now it's trying. But that's why I feel such bitter disappointment, right? And so when I practically speaking, I want to ask myself, where is it I'm experiencing that disappointment, that despair? And then I need to go, okay, it's because I'm valuing something that's really worthless by definition. So let me change my mind and value something that really has value, like truth, like love, like the self that we share, like my true self, my true identity. Now, if I was to change and shift my mind to value that, now I'm pulling off the chains off my mind, and now my mind can expand and experience the satisfaction that only a mind can experience. You see the practical application. Okay, any questions or comments on that?
Wait, so you're saying our mind wants to be there? Because often I feel like mind wants me to be drunk and on drugs.
Yes. Thank you. That's the ego. Your ego wants you to be drunk on drugs and in a ditch. But your mind, which was created by God, wants to be itself, which is free forever.
Your true identity.
Yes, exactly. So it's making a clear distinction between your mind, which was created by God, and your ego, which you made. You made your ego, and it does want you to be in a ditch, for sure. No doubt about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes.
So I've been recognizing this in my experience of the things of the world. That it seems to be part of my psychological programming. That is to say, my ego's psychological programming. That when I just have a little bit of success, seem to have a little bit of success in the world, finding happiness
Yes.
there, that is actually more compelling. It's the inconsistency of finding something of value that keep pulling me
Right.
further and further into
Mhm.
seeking outside of myself.
Right. So like the inconsistent seeming rewards,
Yes.
you know?
Inconsistent reward.
Yes, exactly. Right. They keep you going, oh, well, I had a tiny little bit of happiness for like 5 minutes before I was like, oh, what's wrong with this and what's next? You know?
It's literally the psychological mechanism behind gambling.
Exactly. All addiction. It's exactly right. That's the psychological mechanism behind all addictions. You're exactly right.
So, Spirit often gives me questions to start my week that I play with. And this week's question has been, what do I need to forget to remember? Okay, so what do I need to forget? And one of the things that's come consistently this week is that you can't serve two masters. I cannot serve the finite
Yes.
and experience the infinite,
Very good.
right? And so I have to forget my addiction to the finite to truly have the joy of the infinite.
Exactly. And then I hear, I cannot seek the finite and experience the joy that only comes with the infinite.
That's right.
Joy, real joy, only comes through seeking and valuing the infinite. You can't value something that doesn't last and that decays the minute it's made and think that it's going to make you happy. You know, and I'm not experiencing lasting happiness because I'm seeking the finite. I'm seeking for people, places, and things to satisfy me. And then then you get the thing, and then you're like, oh, I'm still not happy. It's not good enough. Blah blah. What's next? And then your ego tells you, oh, well, it's not because the finite can't satisfy you. The ego tells you, well, you just don't have the right person.
The right finite.
Or you don't have the right thing. You know, like if you had a different person, then they would satisfy you, or you just don't have the right thing, you know. And that's what the ego tells you, that keeps you on that hamster wheel. It keeps you on the hamster wheel. Like, you know, what next? What next? What next? Right? Yes.
So this is also, I believe, one of the reviews today.
Yes, that's right.
So,
That's
and I had a tough time with this one simply because I've been around a lot of born again Christians a lot lately because of my dad's passing. And it's kind of like, they're all like, oh, he's happy now. And he's gone to another place now. I called the financial advisor. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that he's with the Lord. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's anxiety. So I'm having a hard time with this because I'm like, I think if I am freely on the spiritual journey here, I've chosen to be here, I'm here, I've chosen this here, then I can overcome this of the world and I can be happy here because God said, yeah, I know you wanted to separate, but you can still be happy there because you can never separate from me.
That's right.
So it struck a chord with me. This line should be like in the Bible. It's like,
I agree.
Actually.
it is. Because I would think, oh no, but you know, I'm wrong with that.
Yes, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, so that you're saying that the religion that your father came from tells you that you can be happy after you die.
Yeah.
And that's what, you know,
Sinner here, you're just a sinner.
that's right. Can't be happy till you die.
Right.
But that's what's taught, but that's not what the Bible says, because there's actually, the Bible says, put your mind on that which is eternal and you'll be forever happy,
Okay,
right? So it actually is in the Bible. It's not what is taught.
right. It's just not what is emphasized.
Right.
Right,
I think it's very
exactly.
contradictory what they teach.
Right.
Because you are born a sinner. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's why I left the church. Like,
And
well,
of
I'm
course,
not a sinner.
exactly. And now the concept of sin is does not last forever. It did not come from God. So for sure, you can never be happy if you do indeed believe that you are guilty. That's what Course in Miracles is teaching us. Believing you are guilty, even unconsciously, even if on the surface you're like, oh, we're all one, there's no sin, but you believe it unconsciously. You cannot be happy and believe in something that's not true. You cannot be happy and believe in sin. You just will not happen. So according to A Course in Miracles, one of the core components of being happy is not only not seeking for happiness where you can't find it in the world, but also in allowing the false belief in sin to be corrected for you.
And I think that's one of the challenges is, and Jesus of the Bible, Jesus of the Course, right? In both cases, that don't turn, basically, this is a lifestyle, not a religion. And so when we turn things from religion, we turn it into, that example, that addiction, because now we've set rules and we've set processes. And so one of the things I love about the Course, and particularly as it's presented here at the center, is that it is allowed to be open for interpretation and to grow and not codified.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And what is true can't be codified. It can't be limited.
Right.
What is true can't be, put into a little box. So beautiful. All right. Okay. Let's see what's next. Okay. So then I think we're on paragraph 3. Let's say, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. So escape today the chains that you place upon your mind when you perceive happiness here. Okay, so where is happiness? It's within you, but it's not in the world you see. Okay? Because what you value, you make part of you as you perceive yourself, which means all things you seek to make your value greater in your sight limit you further and hide your worth from you. And not only that, but add another bar across the door that leads to true awareness of yourself. I love that. So think about all the things we seek for here to make our value greater in our sight. Wow. Let me see. Everything. All the things that you seek to make your value greater in your sight. This will make me better. This will make me more valuable. This will make people like me more. This will increase my worth. This will increase my net worth. Okay. Every single one of those things that we are seeking to increase our worth will limit us further and hide our worth from us. Wait. All the things I'm trying to do to increase my worth are actually limiting my worth in my awareness of it, not in God's awareness of my worth. God is not confused or deceived about my worth, but it will confuse me about my worth as I try to increase my worth. I'm going to increase my worth. Okay, but you're going to do it from a perception of your unworthiness. Well, I wonder how that's going to go. I'm going to increase my worth. Yeah, but you're doing so from that belief that you must be so unworthy that you need to increase it. So what are you going to?
Or that I have to earn it in the first.
That I have to earn it, that I have to increase it. We suffer from the belief that we all learned that we have to earn our worth. We got to earn our value.
How else are you going to sustain yourself?
Yeah, how else are you going to sustain yourself? And that's one of the most, I think, damaging things that we've learned. One of the most damaging lies that we've learned, that your worth is up to you to make. You got to earn it. You got to make it. Right. But everything we do to increase our worth, to earn our value, limits it further and hides it from us. And not only does it hide our value from our awareness, but it adds another bar across the door that leads to true awareness of ourselves. Now I'm even further in my awareness from understanding my true self.
Well, it also implies that my actions in the world to increase my value in my sight is coming from a place of fear.
Yeah.
rather than a place of truth.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
That I'm coming into this world
Mhm.
useless and valueless.
Right, exactly.
Even though I say, it's a little baby,
Right.
but you know.
But you're still worthless and valueless and full of sin, even as a baby. Exactly. You little sinner, and you have dirty diapers. So take care of it yourself. Come on. Earn your worth. What, little baby, what have you done to earn your value and worth today?
That's
What we're doing. That's how crazy we are. That's what we're doing. That's what we're saying to little teeny tiny babies. Yes.
What page in purple?
It's in the workbook. Yeah. So Matt will help you to find that. It's in the workbook. It's workbook lesson 128.
Like in the middle of the book.
233 in the back.
Well, he has the purple book.
233 in the
Oh.
back.
Okay. All right.
Different book.
Different book.
Oh,
Hey, Forrest, Matt can help you find that.
I got it.
Okay, awesome. And Forrest, we're on paragraph number 4.
Okay.
Okay. Doesn't it feel good to laugh about how crazy our egos are?
Yes.
Bridget goes, dirty diapers, LOL. Bridget also says, the Bible says Jesus took away sin, sickness, sin, and death. She says, but I guess we missed that part.
Right.
Thank you, Bridget. Yeah, we kind of overlooked that part, you know. All we saw was the parts about how we were, you know, guilty little babies with dirty diapers. Okay. So then now it's going to give us how to apply this. So it's told us the truth. Now it tells us how to use it, how to apply it. Because remember, it's not until you apply them that you see, oh, that's true. So the course is always telling you the truth and then teaching you how to use it, how to apply it. Okay. So paragraph 4. So today, let nothing that relates to body thoughts, AKA world thoughts, delay your progress to happiness, salvation, happiness, nor permit temptation to believe the world has anything you want to hold you back. So that's what we're practicing today. Anything that relates to body thoughts, worldly thoughts, we're not going to let them delay our progress to happiness. How are we going to do that? We're not going to permit temptation to believe that the body or the world has anything we want. We're not going to allow those thoughts to hold us back. That's what we're going to do today. We're not going to allow the beliefs that the world or the body has anything that we want to hold us back from real progress to being happy now. Okay. The progress we're making is we're progressing toward the experience of happiness now and lasting because of who you are. Okay, that's what we're progressing toward. So we're not going to allow the belief that this thing, this person, this event, this place can make us happy. We're not going to allow those thoughts to delay our progress in experiencing happiness now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's no delay. There's no reason to delay being happy now. And I know it seems like such a radical concept. Like, there's no reason to not be happy now. There's no reason to not be happy now. There's no reason, no real reason, no good reason that you can't be happy right now.
We're so trained to think I'll be happy one day.
Exactly. We are so programmed to believe I'll be happy one day, someday. We are never taught that happiness is already built in. You were created as happy. That's the way you were created. It's here right now. It's free, and you can experience it right now at no cost. Don't have to wait. No delay. We're just not programmed at all to think like that. So there's no reason to be happy. Like, it's a great question. What is a good reason for me not to be happy right now? Well, because I don't.
A lot of lies.
Exactly. Because I don't have all the things that I want, that I need. Well, I can't be happy right now. There's things I need. Okay, so you can't be happy until you get your needs met that you think you have, that you've ascribed to yourself. Okay, great, but what happens when you get those needs?
We need more.
Still not happy. So why not just be happy now?
Mhm.
That's crazy talk.
You say crazy things.
That's crazy talk. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. We're not going to let the belief that we can find happiness here delay us from experiencing where happiness really is, which is right here, right now for us. Okay? So we're not going to let that delay our progress to experiencing happiness now. Nothing is here to cherish. Nothing is here to cherish. Now, there's things here you could use, but there's nothing here to cherish. Nothing here to cherish. Nothing here that is valuable in itself. Now, you can use the body for good. You can use money for love. You can use the body for love, but there's nothing here that's valuable in and of itself. Nothing. Nothing that doesn't last forever, nothing that dies, nothing that costs money, nothing that changes, it has any value in and of itself. Remember, everything here has only the value you give it, has only the meaning you give it. Its value is only what you're using it for. But nothing here is to cherish. The only thing to cherish is that which lasts forever. Love, truth, your true self, our oneness, joy. You know, that's the only thing to cherish. But is that what we cherish?
Only sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Only when I'm desperate. And I'm like, oh, let's not cherish the truth. Well, now you do. Oh, God, I love you, God. Yeah, but what do we call that when somebody only calls out to God or truth when they're going off a cliff?
Foxhole prayer?
Yeah, thank you. A foxhole prayer, foxhole faith.
Yeah.
Foxhole faith. Exactly. Thank you for knowing that word. Okay. Now, so then it says, nothing is here to cherish. We're in paragraph 4, sentence 2. Nothing, what does that mean? Nothing is here to cherish. It means nothing here is worth one instant of delay. Nothing here is worth one instant of pain. Nothing here is worth one moment of uncertainty and doubt. Dang. All the stuff I'm worrying about, all the stuff I'm suffering over isn't even worth one moment of pain, one moment of delay, one moment of doubt. Everything I cherish here.
It's like I am the answer to the projections that I'm creating.
Absolutely. Exactly. And it says that's because the worthless offers nothing. Certainty of worth cannot be found in worthlessness. I'm looking for certainty of my worth, but I'm looking for it in everything that's worthless. That explains a lot about the despair and the disappointment that I've been experiencing. All right. Yeah, when we were, Greg and I were driving down here, we were reading this together. We were talking about the experience of that who we really are doesn't need anything. You know, everything in the world is 100% needy. The body's 100% needy. Greg was like, that stoplight right there needs batteries, that grass needs mowing, it was like everything you could see has needs maintenance, needs care, needs watering, needs this, needs that, everything. The body, 100% controlled by need. That's all it is just a need factory. That's all it does, is generate needs.
Yeah, it's like, here's these flowers, baby. And it's like, oh, great, now I get to water.
I mean, that they need water.
They have to put them somewhere they can get needy sunlight.
And then when they die, then you need to clean up all the petals.
This needy gift. It's all hidden,
Here's a gift
it's all hidden behind this facade
of a gift.
of a gift.
Right. But really, they just handed you another job
Yeah.
Well, you don't get paid.
where you don't get paid. Exactly. The flowers is a great example because I think about the flowers. Well, then when they start to die, they make a mess and then you got to clean up the mess and then you got to scrub out the vase, you know.
And they make you momentarily happy.
And it was exactly, and for only a few moments of happiness.
Yeah.
And so everything you see here is full of needs. You know, it comes with a high maintenance cost, everything here. That's why he's reminding us that the only thing that can make us happy is something that isn't needy. It doesn't need to be maintained. It doesn't need to be fixed. It doesn't have a lot of needs. It needs to be fulfilled. We call this the needy world. And then I wanted to tell you that when we were talking, that this came through. One of my ego's alias names is Anita Getty. Anita Getty, whose favorite phrase is, I needed this and I needed that. And another alias name for my ego is I'm a right, whose motto is I'm a right and you're a wrong. And the world my ego makes is all need all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the world I'm trying to find happiness in. That's the world I'm trying to find my worth in. No wonder I experience so much unhappiness. No wonder. Explains everything. So, given all that, so that we can progress more quickly toward our goal of experiencing happiness now and forever, today we're going to practice letting go all thought of values that we have given to the world. So that's what we're going to practice today. All the value we've given to the world, all the power, fame, money, physical pleasure, etc. We're going to practice letting go of all thought of value. We're going to practice that today. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to leave the world and the body free of purposes we gave to the world's aspects, the world's phases, and the world's dreams. We're going to hold the world and the body purposeless within our minds, which means we're going to loosen our minds from all we wish the world was. That's what all my grievances are about. I wish it was like this, and I wish it was like that, and I wish you were like this, and I wish my body was like that, and I wish this were like that, and I wish the world was like this. We're gonna practice loosing the world from all we wish it was. Okay, well, whatever it is you're upset about today, let's practice letting it go from all the things you wish it was that it's not. Whoever you're upset about, we're gonna practice letting them go, letting your mind go from all you wish they were. I wish she was like this. I wish she was like that. Right, we're gonna loose our minds. We're going to free our minds from wishing that the world and people and the body was different than it is. Okay, that's how we're going to practice today. And it says, and in this way, we are going to lift the chains that bar the door to freedom from the world. And by this practice, we're going to go beyond all little values and diminished aims. In other words, that's how we're going to free our minds. That's how we're going to free our minds from the world. Doesn't that sound nice? Now it's going to tell you how to do it. Okay. Here's how you do it. So instead of needing the world to be as you wish it was and being constantly disappointed and upset and angry, the opposite of needing the world and the body to be different than it is peace and be still a little while. That's the opposite of needing. I need this and I need that and I need this. The opposite is like, I'm just going to be still a little while. I'm going to let my mind be still and be at peace. That's the opposite of need. That's the opposite of getting.
Mhm.
I'm going to let my mind be still and be at peace. Okay? In other words, I'm going to let my mind rest from need. I'm going to let my mind be still a little while in peace. Doesn't that sound nice? I see it's like our minds need a break from the need and the seeking for what you can never find through seeking outside of itself. Okay? Now it says, peace and be still a little while. And then you will see how far you rise above the world when you release your mind from chains and let your mind seek the level where the mind finds itself at home. Your mind will be grateful to be free from need a little while. Your mind will be like, oh, thank you for letting me be free from seeking and needing for a little while. Thank you. Your mind will be grateful for the rest, for the peace of mind that you have allowed your mind when you stopped making your mind seek for needs in the world. Your mind will be grateful that you have released your mind from the chains and you let your mind seek the level where your mind finds itself at home. Your mind will be grateful to be free a while. Your mind knows where it belongs. Your mind knows where it belongs,
Mhm.
you know, and it don't belong here.
That's right.
Mine's like, please free me so I can go home for a little while. Is that all right? I work so hard for you every day.
Let me out of the ditch of the world.
Exactly. Seeking for making your mind stay here in the world is putting chains on your mind. When your mind wants to go where it belongs, which is your mind wants to be free. It wants to go to the level where it is at home, which is beyond the world. Your mind don't live in your body. Your mind don't live here. This is not your mind's home. Your mind's like, please, can I go home a little while? Do you mind? I don't live here. Only the ego lives here. I don't know if you've noticed.
I was so down with all this because I had a lot of situations with people not making me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Until we started talking some shit about flowers. And now I'm fucking losing it because I'm thinking about being a florist. And my body is losing it right now.
Okay, but I did also say, thank you for that comic relief. That was really good.
Thank you for your honesty.
Thank you for your honesty. Honesty is the essence of true comedy, so thank you for that. We all needed that. I did say earlier that nothing in form can make you happy. So for instance, being a florist, working with flowers cannot make you happy, but it is the perfect expression of happiness that you have found when you look for happiness where it is, which is in your true identity.
Which maybe is being a florist.
Right.
Yeah, no, exactly. So
It's the joy you're giving.
exactly. So
You're giving to the world your joy. Like I'm a musician and I play music. It gives joy to the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Make them the bouquets.
Yeah.
right. So it's not being a florist that makes you happy, but being a florist is a wonderful expression of your instinctual, natural happiness that your creator created you as.
Right.
So, but being anything in the world can't make you happy.
Right.
You're already happy. You already created your happiness.
It's reversing the cause and effect relationship in
Yes.
your mind.
Right.
Yeah.
In other words, being a florist is not making me happy. I'm expressing my happiness through being a florist and sharing it with the world.
Yeah.
I know a lot of unhappy florists.
Yes.
You're-
Okay, got that? That's a great question, truly. That means you really heard what I was saying. So, good job.
Again, it's
Okay.
just a change of perception. If you see maybe you can begin to appreciate the subtlety of the shift in perception about the things of the world.
That's right. And so we go from seeking our happiness in the world to only using the things of the world to express the happiness that we found from beyond the world. Happiness only comes from beyond the body, beyond the world. But it's the perfect thing to express that happiness so that you're still experiencing happiness here, but that happiness was not sourced here in the world. It was sourced from something beyond the world, beyond the body. Yes.
But the joy he gets from being a florist goes out into the world, reverberates, and comes back to him.
That's right, multiplied. Yes.
I think it's actually different than a change of perception. It's a change of priority,
Yes.
right? Because I can find a lot of ways to perceive myself into things, but that's always from the ego's mind. But when I move outside of perception, then I'm in the infinite,
That's right.
right? And so it has to be that I've decided to shift out of my world's attachments to an infinite attachment, and because that's the only place I find happiness.
Right. Exactly. And once you've experienced your natural happiness, remember, Course in Miracles tells us that we were created happy. Literally, like I was. Who knew, right? So, who knew? So once you've experienced your true nature, your true self, once you have awareness of your true self, which is happy, by the way, then everything you do makes you happy. And everyone makes you happy. Of course, a miracle says when you have perfect trust and faith in your true self, then every single relationship has perfect ability to satisfy you completely. Can you believe that? She's like, ha.
No, I love what Raj said one time. I don't know, where it kind of says, if you're not happy, you are doing something wrong.
That's right. Exactly. And so now, what do you think about the thought that every single relationship, every single one of them, has the ability to satisfy you completely? What do you think about that? Okay.
Or she's like,
Of course, like, oh, no, I get that. Oh, no. But yeah. The Course says that once you have accepted the awareness of your true nature, which is happy, then every single person you meet or think of or thinks of you makes you happy. You have satisfaction in that relationship.
Of course, you can be happy to be awake.
I'll be happy when I leave this room.
That's because you're already happy before you even enter into that relationship.
That's right.
Your happiness isn't.
Exactly.
That would be cool if God said, I'm gonna give you this gift. You're like, oh, great, what is it? It's happiness, it's joy, it's satisfaction, it's contentment. But you have to be able to find a source to plug it in. A relationship with Anna, or a job, or this new car, or the gift doesn't work. You're like, oh, so it's a contingent gift.
Yes.
God didn't give us a contingent gift. God gave us a gift that we can utilize anywhere, anytime, all the time.
That's right.
It only fails when we do try to plug it into something
That's
to
right.
make it work.
That's right. It only fails when we try to attach it to one person, place, or thing.
Right.
Like, you are going to make me happy.
And then it breaks.
And then no happiness. Then it breaks.
And then the gift goes back.
Exactly.
I think the trap, as we talk,
AKA divorce.
as you talked about this, I think about it in simpler terms, that a lot of times we do things for others and out in the world because we want to be validated. So it's always out there. So if you do something with the sole intent that someone's going to recognize your efforts and see you and validate you, then you can never be happy. But if you self-validate, which is what this is, it's your identity is that you are worthy, that you're wonderful, that you're happy, and you give, and you get, and it doesn't matter if anything comes back. The important thing is that you give.
That's right. And when you have accepted your own internal worth as you were created in that worth, then everything, the world mirrors that.
That's right.
That's all the world mirrors.
And the validating is again, the ego trick of, okay, you deserve to be happy, but you have to earn it.
Yes, it's back to,
And again, it's not a free gift anymore, because now I'm having to earn it and be worthy of happiness. I'm worthy of it because I worked 40 years and now I've earned happiness.
right. The other thing I think about is self-validation, or your worthiness has to come from within. And if the world validates you back, that's a bonus.
Exactly.
It's a bonus.
Right. But it is the law of perception.
Yeah.
The law of perception is the world is a mirror.
Very.
And all it does is mirror what you believe about yourself. That's it.
That's right.
That's the law of perception. And so it can't be that you've accepted and you're experiencing the happiness that was given to you by your creator, and that you don't ever see reflections of it.
Yeah.
And if you're not seeing reflections of it, then you haven't truly accepted the truth about your true self.
Everything out there is
There
neutral.
you go.
Exactly.
Everything's neutral.
Exactly.
You experience joy, or we're experiencing love, and we're experiencing peace. It's coming from the same source. There's one source of all that. And how we experience it is eternal. If we're experiencing something that's got some animosity, that's a reflection
That's
within ourselves.
That's right.
But this joy, this peace, this love,
Yeah.
that's universal.
Exactly.
And that's the essence of
That's
who we are.
that's exactly right.
And in that, I just feel like what I think I see that I don't like is an opportunity for me to switch the, flip the switch, and this is an opportunity for me to be loving.
Yes.
To be empathetic, or whatever the word is.
Exactly.
Well, what am I believing in that's creating
Exactly.
this illusion?
Exactly. Both. All right. It's both. It's an opportunity to ask, where's my belief that I don't deserve love? And it's also an opportunity to give whatever lack you perceive. If you don't perceive that somebody's giving you some love, then that's your opportunity to go, hey, where am I not giving love? And so let me give some love. So it's good.
And you would know better than me, but of course, there's somewhere the outside world is a measurement of how much truth you've allowed in.
Exactly. That's all it is. That's all that the world is just a giant mirror. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I think too, sometimes you meet someone and you don't like them for what they're saying or whatever. I found that sometimes reflection, the way they act or what they're saying is what I see in myself that I don't like.
That's right. That's it.
I'm like, okay, what do I?
That's right.
Be disliking them.
That's right.
Disliking this part because I see it in myself. Sometimes, I mean, not all the time.
Projection.
While you're really emotional, you just deeply psychoanalyze yourself and make it way worse. That's the best idea for sure.
Oh, sure. That's the ego's great idea. Yeah. Yes, that's right.
What's wrong with me?
I love the tool this paragraph.
Yeah. The peace and be still tool, or which one?
Because it literally says, do nothing.
That's right.
It's me to escape my mind.
Yes.
So not even work on trying to change my perception.
Right.
But literally be still and let my mind go where it naturally flies to.
Exactly.
Right. So I think we can say, well, I'm having this problem because I'm not self-validating. And then we guilt ourselves into not loving ourselves kind enough. And so then we're on another ego cycle, right? But this literally says, like Greg said, unplug it.
Exactly. Do nothing. It's funny because when we were driving down here, when I was reading through this, that's exactly what I was thinking is that section, I need do nothing. It says that when you are still and say to yourself, I need do nothing. It says that what you accomplish when you say that is more than what you would accomplish if you sat and meditated, aiming at detachment from your body for 100 years. That's a quote. It says you will accomplish more in 1 minute or 1 instant of saying, I need do nothing, than if you were meditating for 100 years trying to detach from your body. Now, how powerful is that? I need do nothing. That's the end of the ego. I need do nothing. That's the end. But the ego's like, why? Ego starts malfunctioning. Why? What do you mean I need do nothing? That is like the ego just goes, short circuits. Cannot compute. And then smoke starts to come out of the ego. I love it.
It's like when the world starts going faster, we don't have to go faster and run with it. We just need to slow down.
Exactly. Peace and be still a little while and let your mind and release your mind from chains and let your mind seek the level where your mind finds itself at home. Your mind will be grateful to be free a while. We're always telling our minds, do this, do that, do this, figure this out, figure that out. Get this, get that, get this, find that, seek this. Our mind's like, do you mind? I just want to be free for a moment. Your mind will be grateful to be free a while because your mind knows where it belongs. All you have to do is free your mind's wings and your mind will fly in sureness and in joy to join its holy purpose. Your mind will be like, whoo, thank you. It'll like sprout wings and fly back to where your mind is at home. Where is your mind at home? In peace and joy. Your mind's like, that's where I belong, not here. Not here. I belong in peace and joy, free forever, to be happy and at peace and enjoy forever. That's where your mind belongs. Your mind knows where it belongs. And all we have to do is free its wings. And how do you free your mind's wings? Be peace and be still a little while. Say, I need do nothing. Wow. How beautiful. And so what we're saying is all your mind needs, then the next sentence was, so let your mind rest in your mind's creator. I rest in God. In God, I don't need to do anything. In God, I don't need to make myself worthy. In God, I don't need to make myself valuable. I rest in God. Let your mind rest in its creator. There in its creator to be restored to sanity, to freedom, and to love. When you allow your mind to just rest in its creator, in God, I don't need to do anything. I don't need to be anything. I don't need to figure anything out. In God, I'm already created, complete, and perfect in God. So let your mind rest in your mind's creator so that your mind can be restored to sanity, to freedom, and to love. And the way you can do this today, the way you can do it, paragraph 7 is give your mind 10 minutes rest. I don't know, but I better set the timer and let me get my timer out. And literally, sometimes I will set the timer out for 10 minutes. And literally within how many seconds, my mind's like, thinking about another need. But give your mind 10 minutes rest 3 times today. And then when your minds are opened after that 10 minutes practice, you will not value anything you see as much as when you looked at it before that 10-minute practice. Your whole perspective on the world will shift by just a little every time you let your mind escape its chains. Let your mind escape its chains. Your mind knows where it belongs. It will fly in sureness to where it's at home in peace and joy. And so it says, the world is not where your mind belongs. And you belong where your mind would be, and you belong where your mind goes to rest when you release your mind from the world. Your guide is sure. All you got to do is open your mind to your guide. All you got to do is be still and rest your mind. And now, is there anything harder for us to do than still our mind and rest? Okay, literally, you set your timer and decide, I'm going to let my mind be to rest and be still. I'm not going to think about what I need. I'm just going to just let my mind be open and rest. And then how many seconds before your mind is like going off into some need? Thank you. Bragging. You're bragging. Lately, I've been literally like timing it, like just curious. Let's see how long. Just curious. And I also have been timing it because I'm wanting to build up that time. I'm literally trying to train my mind to be still and rest for longer and longer periods. I'm literally going, okay, 5 minutes. Come on, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of just this idea, just letting my mind rest and be still. And then as you practice it, that time gets longer. And so does your peace get deeper. So there's our last paragraph. So it says, protect your mind throughout the day as well. Protect your mind. Your mind needs protection from you. Protect your mind throughout the day. How do I do that? How do I protect my mind throughout the day? Well, when you think you see some value in an aspect or an image of the world or the body, refuse to lay this chain upon your mind. And how do you refuse to lay this chain upon your mind? You're going to tell yourself with quiet certainty, this thing, this aspect, will not tempt me to delay myself. The world I see has nothing that I want. So the practice is a few different layers where one aspect of the practice is to let your mind be still and rest and quiet. Okay. I need to do nothing. Another part of the practice is when you find yourself valuing something of the world, oh, I need that, or when I get that, or, when I have this, or you find your mind starting to go to the getting of something in the world, what you think you need in the world to be happy. When you find yourself doing that, then you tell yourself, this will not tempt me to delay myself. From what? From being happy, from finding the happiness that's within me. This will not tempt me to delay myself from being happy. The world I see or the body I see has nothing that I want. That's the practice for letting your mind escape its chains, letting your mind be free. Why do we want to let our minds be free? Because when we free our minds from the chains of valuing what's valueless, then our mind automatically sprouts wings and flies to where our minds are at home in peace and joy. And then guess who gets to go with it? Okay. So that's the practice here, where we are unchaining, we are letting our mind escape its chains. What are the chains? It's valuing anything here that doesn't last. It's valuing anything here that costs anything, that requires sacrifice and doesn't last. That's the chains that we're allowing our minds to escape here.
I find it's like where we fix our attention. It's like an image maker. It's an authenticity that we're kind of capable. That's how our attention is creating the images that we experience.
That's exactly right.
It's backing away. It's looking at the mechanism in peace and its operation. And in that process, our attention gets unfixed
Yes,
from the images that are created.
that's right.
And we just return to its natural state.
That's right. Exactly. We're letting our minds be free from what we had made our minds be attached to, seek for. Right. I love that. I love that concept that all I have to do is free my mind and then it knows where to go. And it will go straight to happiness and peace and joy because that's where it belongs. All I have to do, I don't have to figure out how to be happy. I don't have to figure out what makes me happy. I don't have to figure that out. And I love that part. I don't have to figure it out. I don't have to seek for it. And I don't have to worry about losing it. Okay. And I don't have to buy it. Okay. And I don't have to wait for it. All I have to do is free my mind from the chains of thinking that something besides God will make me happy. And then my mind goes and takes me there. My mind takes me there. It knows the way. It knows where it belongs. And then it takes me with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have to do anything except take the chains off. That's all I had to do. And that's the spiritual practice that A Course in Miracles is offering. You don't have to seek for love. You don't have to seek for happiness. That's your natural state. All you have to do is seek and find all the barriers within yourself, all the chains you put on it within your own mind, and release them. Seek to undo those chains and those obstacles. And then you experience your natural happiness, your natural freedom, your natural joy that doesn't cost anything and it's eternal. So that's why A Course in Miracles is the path for me, because I don't have to do anything, right? But that's the hardest thing of all for me. It's saying you have to do anything. I'm like, oh, that's very difficult for me. Yes.
So like, I feel the meditating 10 times a day or 10 minutes, 3 times a day or whatever, and fund my mind, go back home, and then I come back and feel more at peace.
Mm-hmm.
I still have this impulse to figure out what the chains are, like, and dig into that some, so they're not as capable of always getting me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I want to be more, I want my impulses to be more miracle minded.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to be like condemning and self-pitying. And I just still have this feeling like I need to do some work on my unconscious mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what the Course in Miracles is helping you to do. Honestly, the Course in Miracles completely reveals your unconscious mind. It's completely showing you this is what your unconscious mind is. This is what it says. This is what it does. Right. And so you said you needed to understand the obstacles. It was telling us here what the obstacles are, and it is all the things that we value here that we think we need to be happy. And the way you do that is in that practice, when you notice yourself valuing something here, when you notice yourself having a need, oh, I need that, I need that. When you find yourself about to put a chain on your mind saying, I can't be happy unless this, that's a chain on your mind. When you find yourself doing that, that's the practice to develop an awareness. Oh, I'm putting a chain on my mind. I'm saying I can't be happy unless fill in the blank. And then you say, so you identify it, and then you tell yourself the truth. The world I see has nothing that I want that will make me happy. So it's helping you in this section. It helps you to identify the obstacle, and then it gives you the tool to use when you're aware that you're doing the obstacle.
And then that identification, it comes back up again. You're like, oh, I've already done this before.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting me this time.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, absolutely. Yes. Mm-hmm.
One thing, because I do that too, where it's just, okay, I can't spiritually make sense of it. And then just go again, spirit, just put it, here it is, just put it, some clarity into it in a way I understand. Just
do that for me. Because I know something's out there, but I'm not making sense of this right now. Just put it in a form that I can get it.
Mhm.
And by knowledge,
Mhm.
it works out.
That's right.
That's the value of asking the Holy Spirit for another way of looking at
Right.
this. Because really, when you're asking your higher self,
That's right.
it's you disengage in that moment. When you ask for another way of looking, you disengage from that egoic mind.
Yes.
Mind that's set up automatically.
Yes.
And you return to an open mind, and this things become clear.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't do this by yourself.
That's right.
I can.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
The course is very explicit about, we cannot save ourselves from this
Right. Because we made it.
by ourselves.
Right, because we made it.
The Holy Spirit
Mhm.
helps us to see this differently.
Mhm.
Holy Spirit.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's where
You cannot escape from the,
a really good lesson is like, I forget which one it is, it's early on, it's I could see peace.
Instead of this. Mhm. That's right.
You said,
Mhm.
yeah,
And the entire workbook's purpose is to basically do it for you.
Mhm.
Almost do it for you. You know, that's what the workbook is. It gives, just like you see, it tells you the truth and it says, now say this. Now remember this. Now use this idea when this happens. So it's a very practical step-by-step guide about how to apply and use the ideas. So you don't even have to, you don't have to understand them, nor do you have to figure them out or understand how and when to use them. It's just literally, it does it all for you. So to me, it's a perfect curriculum. I've never experienced a curriculum for peace and happiness, health and wealth that was more consistent and thorough than A Course in Miracles.
You know,
So,
in one way, it's kind of counterintuitive.
yes, right,
It's not figuring out,
right,
it's
exactly.
letting go.
That's exactly right.
And we get caught,
Exactly.
right? Now you're just trying to figure.
Exactly. Yes,
And that's where we get caught.
that's right. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to do a few announcements and then we'll just do a couple minutes of integration meditation. So first thing I want to tell you about is the Sunday, June 21st is Dr. Carlos and I third, we said Saturday. It's June 21st. Thank you, Saturday. It's the third of our monthly Course in Miracles play shops where we're going to take the principles from A Course in Miracles and we're going to play with them all day.
Which is a change of date, because normally it's.
Yes, that's right. It's a change of date because I have a celebration of life I got to go to. But the title is really powerful, Abundant Living Through Community. And so the whole thing is about the abundance that we access in our lives through joining with others in holy purpose, which means in loving purpose, in purpose of learning and forgiveness and truth. And how truly the key to abundance and feeling safe and abundant in the world is through joining in a loving purpose. And that's the opposite of what we've learned about where abundance comes from, right? Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. It's like you want to have something, you better get it for yourself and hope you can hang on to it. Okay? But it's called Abundant Living Through Community, and it's Saturday, June 21st from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And are we providing lunch or okay? And we'll provide lunch here. Yes, here. Mm-hmm. And it's the fee scale is, I love the name of it. Pay what you can, 33, 44, 55, or 66, according to what you need to give. And so that's happening, and all are welcome. And this will be our third one, and they're just really deep and beautiful and powerful and fun, and and they help our community to deepen our connection with each other, which is really deepening our acceptance of abundance in our lives. Okay, right. So that's going on, and then I do my Course in Miracles class online every Monday, 7 p.m. on my Facebook and YouTube channel. And then soon, on Sundays, Greg and I are going to do our Sunday Transforming Relationships Through A Course in Miracles here in person. You know, for all this time, we've been doing it online. But soon, I haven't set a date yet, but we're going to do it in person Sundays at 5:30. Yeah.
Nice.
So
What is it, transfer?
it's Transforming Relationships Through A Course in Miracles. So we let the spirit choose what section we're going to do, and then we apply the section to our relationship in front of everybody.
Wow.
I know, that's what we do. I know. Our folks love it. And we're very honest like that. And then we're supporting whoever's watching or here doing the same thing in their relationships. Okay. So
Sunday at 5 p.m.
5:30, starting soon. At the moment, Greg's and my class is every Tuesday online at 7 p.m. on my Facebook and YouTube channel. Okay. But we're going to shift it. We're going to shift the place and the time soon. And I'll let you know when that occurs. Okay.
And you're doing something this Tuesday?
And then this Tuesday, still, Greg and I at 7 p.m. online do the Transforming Relationships Through A Course in Miracles.
Okay, I'm not understanding this because I could never do the one online at 7 p.m.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Okay, any other announcements? Okay. Also, we brought bunches of snacks. So come to the kitchen and the library afterwards. We've got pizza, apples and cheese, and chips and dip, and all that good stuff. Okay. All right. You guys ready for the integration meditation? I think. All right. Let me get some music going on. The integration meditation is just where we rest with the ideas, where I actually use the ideas through whatever. All right. I'm so glad that happened right before the meditation. Yeah, if you haven't already.
We are awake.
So, all right, let me turn up this music real quick. Okay. So just want you to just rest. We're going to actually do something weird and do what it's actually said to do. We're going to escape the chains we've placed upon our mind when we perceived happiness here. Right. So today we're going to practice letting go all thought of value we have given to the world. We're going to leave the world free of purposes we gave the world's aspects and phases in its dreams. So now I want you to bring to your awareness some aspect or phase of the world or the body that is upsetting you right now. Where is it that you're upset, disappointed, unhappy today? What aspect or phase of the worldly dream are you feeling despair around, disappointed in? What person, place, or thing has disappointed you, angered you, saddened you, hurt you in your perception? Now, I want you to say to this person, place, or thing, I free you from all I wished you were. I free you, body, from all I wished you were. I free you, money, from all I wished you were. Breathe. All right. Now I want you to ask yourself, looking at this sadness, disappointment, despair, wherever you are experiencing it, I want you to ask yourself, how is it that I thought that that person, place, or thing would make me happy? I want you to notice how you had been valuing that person, place, and thing, believing it to be a source of happiness for you. And then take note of the result. Did it make you happy? Were you more free for your valuing of that person, place, or thing? Now, let us be still and choose peace for a little while. Peace and be still to my mind. Release your mind from your needs. Release your mind from the things you believed you needed for happiness. Release your mind. Unchain your mind from valuing this person, place, or thing by saying to yourself, let me not delay myself with this false value. The world I see holds nothing that I want. And as you do this practice, each time some need comes to your mind, something that you think you need to be happy, say to yourself, I will not delay myself with this. I let my mind be free and go where my mind belongs, in peace and joy. Beautiful. All right, guys. Just a teeny tiny little practice. But as you can see, what a beautiful way to go to the website, RockyMountainMiracleCenter.org, and make a donation. And thank you for supporting this center, for supporting this center's purpose of extending A Course in Miracles to the world. Thank you. Appreciate you all. And we'll see ya next time we see ya. So happy to meet ya.